Welcome to the Parrot Podcast with your host, Sandra, where we talk about all things parrots.
When it comes to fruit for parrots that aren't lories or toucans, I think that a lot of people also wonder like how much fruit is too much for our parrots like conures and macaws.
There's no easy answer for that because the fruits can be so different.
Their sugar content.
Yeah. And sugar, I have to say, sugar is not evil. Like the sugars that are in fruit are natural sugars that are processed differently than table sugar like sucrose that's added to some pet pellets to make it palatable. So that, like there's no place in the diet for sucrose. But if you're looking at, table sugar, if you're looking at, fruits, there's lots of low sugar fruits that you can feed that have huge health benefits. Every bird should be getting berries fairly regularly. They're packed with all kinds of nutrients, great bioflavonoids. Every time I think of bioflavonoids, I think of blueberries, something with a strong color. But flowers also have those too. Hibiscus flowers, great source of bioflavonoids as well. And you can use those dry or brew them as a tea. But the different types of fruits, I always say 15% of the diet fruit-wise is usually more than enough for most species. There's no one size fits all. Eclectus typically need more fruit. That's just how they're built.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fruit, diversify. They shouldn't be getting too much of any one thing. And if you can offer it somewhat unripe, like I don't offer ripe bananas to anybody. Everybody gets green banana. And so green banana is great for it's a great source of prebiotic fiber that's going to help feed the microbiome in the gut, all that healthy bacteria, because that's interconnected with every body system. And the more research that comes out about the microbiome that lives in our guts, the more we're like, holy cow, it's connected to everything. And if that is unhappy, your body is unhappy. And that goes for any animal. So if you can give them prebiotic fiber, that's going to help feed that microbiome and help it diversify. And I'm co-director of the animal nutrition lab at the university where I teach. And that's one major thing that we're looking at is what does the microbiome look like for a bird that gets fresh food like fruit and sprouts and greens versus a bird that's only or mostly on a diet that's ultra processed like a pellet, like most pellets. And we see diversification. There's lots more different things in the microbiome if they're getting whole food than if they're on a processed food. And it's the same for people. There's a reason why we're told not to eat processed food. Processed food is killing us. I think Dr. Robert Lustig from the University of California, San Francisco says it best. He calls it the failed experiment. Like we were trying to feed a lot of people by producing all this processed food, and it's done nothing but hurt us. And obesity is at all-time high, and all this sort of thing. So, it goes the same for any animal. It's the same for dogs and cats. I don't recommend dry kibble. I recommend raw meat-based diets for them. It's healthy. It's biologically appropriate. They thrive on it.
Yeah.
And when I'm asked to speak at vet schools on bird nutrition in particular, I usually slide some of those things in. But I teach animal nutrition at the university to undergraduates because we're trying to catch them before they get to vet school. Because vets are not trained in nutrition. It's very, very basic, and it's very biased towards.
And nutrition is like a huge part of like their health and their happiness. And like you said earlier, in order for them to thrive.